What's up, everybody? Ryan, ATX Metal Podcast here with the first episode of the year. I know you're like, Ryan, where's the next episode? Jesus Christ, I know I've been dragging my feet, but good news. We're back in the kitchen, cooking up something great. Got a couple episodes on the back burner. This year, we kick off with Ruben from Upon and Burning Body. And if you've been around for a little bit, you should be familiar with that name. But if you're not, that's cool. Glad to introduce them to you. They call San Antonio their house, but they've traveled the world doing what they love. Now they are independent, so going from signed artist to independent, it's kind of a big deal. But they said they get to do a lot more. They got some freedom. And also, Ruben announces that they're going off on Warped Tour. So they've already announced it, but, it's been announced. And then also, I get to talk about the Texas Takeover, where it's nothing but an hour of rock on No Control Radio, 93.7 HD2, catch it on iHeartRadio, the TuneIn app. Shout out Chuck Loesch, Chuck and the gang. I don't know who the gang consists of, but it's Chuck and the gang. Thank you, buddy. Also thinking of people to thank. Come and Take It Live, Come and Take Productions, Anthony Stevenson. Thank you for having my back and supporting the locals. So, if you want to go to comeandtakeitproductions.com or comeandtakeitlive.com, check out the events calendar tab. Find a show that you want to go to, and then if there's a local, scroll down, see who's opening it up, and then buy the tickets from them. Usually they have a discount code. Usually it's their name, all one word, and that shows the venue that they've got people coming out to support them, and that you also get a discount, so take advantage of it. Yeah, dude, pretty pumped. We've got some pretty cool episodes coming up this year. And like I said, we got the Texas Takeover going on. Again, an hour-long block curated by me. I'm really happy to carry that torch. So let's get into it, man. With all that said, here is Upon and Burning Body. What's up, everybody? Ryan, ATX Metal Podcast, back with the first one of the year. I just realized that mid-thought. This is the first one of the 2026 season, and we got a special guest, and we got a lot to talk about. So introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, what band you're in, and what was your favorite song before the age of 15?
Oh, okay. My name is Ruben, and I play in a band called Upon a Burning Body. We're from San Antonio, Texas. We're a heavy metal band that's been going for 20 years, toured all over the world, toured with all the biggest acts, and are still going strong, completely independent now, I'm proud to say. And I would say my favorite song back in the day was probably Iron Maiden, The Trooper.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, nice. Didn't they just get selected to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Did they? Shit. That's
Hold on. We've got the internet. I told myself I wouldn't do this. I try not to get these gotcha questions where I'm like, "Did you know?" And then it's like, actually, no one knows. So let's find out.
That's good to know.
Let's see. When did Iron Maiden get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? And survey says this year.
Oh, sweet. That is so badass.
As of February 25th, 2026, Iron Maiden. Oh, I'm sorry. Has not been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. God, I'm really sorry. I got some people. If you're listening,
I was stoked.
Or watching, yeah, dude. Oh man, why? Then who was I listening to? Who did they mention on NPR? Is it Megadeth? Oh my God, this is gonna bother me. You know what? I'll look that up later. Let's talk about Upon and Burning Body getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I know.
Yeah. So, man, kicking it for 20 years. There's a lot of things that don't survive 20 years. Like,
yes, indeed.
A lot. Relationships, countries, crypto. That usually doesn't last. Anyway, what's the secret sauce? I mean, and forgive my ignorance, but has there been any lineup changes throughout the years? And yeah, I could imagine. I mean,
plenty. Yeah. The only original members are me and Danny still, and that's when the band really took off in 2006.
Okay.
We actually got together probably 2004, but when we really started playing shows and touring and stuff was until like 2006.
Okay.
But yeah, we're the only two original members, and we're pretty much brothers. I've known Danny since I was 6 years old. We share a younger brother who's now in the band.
Oh.
And yeah, so it's three brothers in the band, and our drummer Juan, who's actually back, he was the original drummer, and he left the band before we got signed. uh,
Okay.
Before we signed our first record deal, and now he's actually back in the band as of the last like couple months. So
Dang.
full circle.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah,
That's I
yeah,
mean, how was it? And and I've talked to plenty of bands. I mean, mostly that really haven't, stretched their legs the way that you guys have. Um, but what is it like, bringing back an original member? Kind of like thing that catches, first thing that hits my head is, Kill Switch vocalist Jesse and Howard swap out, right? What's it like bringing him back and trying like, hey man, it's been a minute. We kind of got some new stuff. So you know.
yeah, he's been adjusting, but man, he's killing it, and we couldn't be more happy. It's cool, and when he came back in, I mean, he's the same person, and we're all just joking around, clowning around, and it's good time. So it's good to have him back. I'm stoked. I'm stoked to see where it goes now, and now that we're all based here in San Antonio, we can really do some fun things and do some one offs and just do different things that we couldn't do before. We used to have to
Yeah.
fly in people and do all sorts of stuff. So.
Yeah, that's kind of going back. I mean, ever since the internet got created, people have been sending emails and drop boxes and here's a file for making music. But, especially when the members are definitely outside of the state, some halfway across the world, depending on, the project. Whenever you guys had to like, how big of a pain was that? Just I could understand it from a logistics standpoint,
Yeah.
but is there I guess the question I'm trying to ask is is there too far of a distance that a band trying to really make it, like, is there I don't know, is there a threshold?
I would say maybe out of the country would be tough, but I mean, it could all be worked out. It's just a matter of weighing, how beneficial it is to make it work and
Right,
getting them over and balancing out. Like if we had one show, it wouldn't really make sense. But if we booked a couple, then it's like, okay, now it's going to be worth it to fly them in and drop that money for a flight and hotel and
right.
all that stuff. So yeah,
The one thing I thought about was, because obviously you wanna sell out every show, that's the dream, right? But when you have band members that are in different cities and you magically just route through those cities, like, you're like the band is kinda having like a hometown show, in various states. I mean, is that a thing? That's just something I've always thought about.
yeah, that could happen. I mean, it depends how many members, I guess. It was really just our drummer,
Oh,
our,
okay.
our our last drummer Tito, who is in Michigan, and our crew too. They come from out of state, and we have to fly them in and stuff like that. But yeah, when we went to Michigan, he would have all his friends come out, and it was always like a hometown show for him as
Yeah.
well. So it was nice.
That's cool. Well, I
Yeah.
tell you what, speaking of hometown shows, you guys just put on, if I'm not mistaken, a free festival down there in San Antonio. Is last year sometime, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes, yes. I think it was actually I think it was a year before last,
or
but
year
yes.
before last.
Yes, we did do a free show at a brewery, and it was crazy. It was a really good time. I mean, there was a ton of local bands too, and
Yeah.
it was put on by just this random guy who wanted to throw a festival, and so we're like, all right. I mean, we'll do it. It was a good time though. It was great. A lot of people showed up, and those people hanging out on the bridge, like it was overlooked by like this bridge. So all these people came out, and it was crazy. It was like they had a bunch of tents too, a vendor.
Yeah.
It's a
I
full
dude,
on thing.
I remember seeing it, and it was just like I was like, "Oh my god, Upon is headlining this, it's all free, and there's like vendors all over the place." And I mean, the flyer, I mean, either way, oh, I just know that you guys are always, I mean, when you think of Upon a Burning Body, it's like that's a fucking Texas band. I mean, Jesus. I know you've heard this a million times, and here's a million and one, but like, the Stars at Night, that is just it's so anthemic and but speak words, Ryan. Speak words. You're a host. Anthemic. There we go. Like when you guys are writing, like when you guys wrote that one, was it just like, I've got an idea and let's just full send it?
Yes, that's exactly what happened. It literally like that. It was crazy. That album was wild because we wrote the first record, and we noticed when we played it, we were very progressive at that time. So we noticed like, okay, everybody was waiting for the breakdowns, everybody was waiting for the sing-alongs.
Always.
So we're like, let's just put more of them, and I think we went too hard. And when we send the pre-pro to the label, they're like, no, like
Absolutely
this
no.
is a 180. Like you guys are gonna shoot yourselves in the foot. So we're there at the studio. We had already paid for the studio. We're working with Will Putney, and he's like, well, we got to write another record now. And he's like, we got 2 weeks. You guys got 2 weeks to go upstairs and write a record. And that was one of the songs that we wrote in those 2 weeks. Just had
Dang.
to stay up all night just trying to write songs. We're stressed. It was so stressful, but we made it happen, and we got it. That's how Red, White, and Green was written. And I think only one or two songs made it from that pre-pro. In City was the other one that was part of that first pre-pro that we kind of snuck in, kind of rewrote it a little bit, but everything else we wrote was fresh, and it was on the spot. It's crazy.
Wow. See, that's why the fact that you guys went in with an idea and then, someone over here was just like, no, do it again. And then, you guys are like, well, okay, 2 weeks, let's go. And then you just start riff after take after take after take after take. But I thought it was interesting. You call it red, white, and green. What's the relation there?
It's a little bit of so we're wearing suits at the time, and the whole thing was Al Pacino was the first record, and the second record was Robert Rodriguez movies. So we're kind of playing off of that kind of vibe, Mexican and Italian. I don't. It was just all over the place. So we're like, it's just the label was kind of the one that helped us name that one. But so it doesn't really have a cool story behind it, but it definitely now looking back at it, everybody that's like the record.
Yeah, I mean it's very standoutish. If anybody still goes and hunts for CDs at record stores or FYE, and you're just kind of browsing, that one would definitely stand out. So you go from label support to independent, which obviously everyone that starts a local band, you're not out the gate signed. I mean, I don't know of any. It always takes that grind. What do you guys like? I guess give me the pros of both. Like, what were the pros of a label, and what were the pros of being now independent?
So we actually went through two record deals. We went through one with Sumerian Records, and then we signed another one with a record label called Seek and Strike. And they both had, they both were very supportive, and we had a lot of great things. I have nothing but great things to say about them. So with Sumerian, they supported us, and they got us on tours, and we would a lot of times we would group with the label mates, and we'll tour with them, like Velamaya, Born of Osiris, like those guys, Asking Alexandria. So, there was a lot of those tours that happened within the label that we only got because we were part of that family, you know what I mean? And then with Seek and Strike was run by two people that were in the industry with Century Media and PR, and they did a lot of stuff like that. So we had another chance to just learn and grow, and they taught us a lot about how to promote, and how to try to harness our fans and get out there as much as possible. So after that, we decided it was time for us to step out and do it on our own. And we're just like, I think we're ready. We have built up a fan base long enough to where we can do it. And it's still a learning process. Like, we're still learning how to do everything and try to get it going. But as far as financially, it is the best thing that we've done. Like, I think that's the only way we could have survived financially, is like, to support our families and make it happen, and not having to tour constantly. Now that we own the rights to our music 100%, I think that's where the balance came, is like, now we can pick and choose when we want to tour, and we don't have to be gone all the time. So it's badass.
Yeah, definitely. Even when you're making music, living your dream like a rock star, there still is work-life balance, guys. Gotta have some work-life balance.
Yeah, we're gone like for 8 months out of the year at times. Like, it was just like constantly on the road, and at some point you're like, damn, like, what am I working for? Like, I don't even get to chill at home. Like, I'm just always gone. And so there's definitely came a point in time as we got older, we're just like, we started having kids, and we wanted to start a lives of our own. We're just like, okay, we gotta figure this out. We gotta figure out how to make this work.
Yeah, yeah. What's the one thing that having a family at the level that you guys are at now? I mean, obviously, everybody, deals with their family in this way or the other. But whenever you guys were gone, like you said, you're like, man, I'm like, what am I working for? I mean, was there ever a moment like if I'm gone X time, like is there a tough discussion with the missus? Like,
Oh yeah,
look, Ruben, you just got off tour. Sit down, sit down, and kiss your kids. Okay.
it was brutal, man. I mean, a lot of us would come home and not be able to pay rent still. Like, we'd be on the road for
What?
yeah, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's brutal. All the money that would go in, and then you have unexpected things. You have breakdowns, you have stuff that you got to pay for on the road, and then you come home and you're broke, and you're just like, how do you explain that to your family? Like, I've been gone for 6 months, and I have nothing to show for it other than
Oh,
we are growing, but you can't see any of that on the back end. So there was a lot of tough discussions, back in the day. So it was
man.
hard. It was hard, man. I'm not gonna lie. I know there was a point in time that we were at our most successful doing Mayhem and Warp Tour, and on those two
Yeah.
tours, we came home with nothing. We maybe made like $200-300, because we had to rent the bus. We had to like pay for all these things, and in the end, we're just like, damn, we're left with nothing. And
Wow.
then we started getting smart. We stopped renting vehicles. We bought our own vehicle. We invested in our own things, and now we're smart about it. And we're just like, we're never going to do that again. We're never going to go back to blowing everything on the road and coming home with nothing. So we're very smart in that sense. We really try to keep everything in house and do everything as DIY as we still can.
Well, speaking of DIY, obviously a part of this is to support the locals that aren't signed, which again, you don't have to be. I feel like you don't need the support in the way that you used to these days, just based off social media. I mean, I can't count how many songs I've seen on TikTok or bands I've seen on TikTok, like never heard of them. You go check out their profiles. They've got like a couple thousand followers, and it's like, this music is fucking great. Like, why is this just, floating around my algorithm? Why is it not, on the radio? It's well, 80% of the shit that we listen to you can't listen to on regular radio. So,
Yes, true.
but we do have our own hour-long session now called the Texas Takeover, so we can get independent bands and local bands that are trying to, get a broader reach. I mean, when I got offered this, I was like, "Oh my god,
That is amazing.
what?"
Yes, yes.
So being able to, just take this humble little podcast and now elevate it to the radio show. Like, I mean, how many times have you been on Liquid Metal?
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, we got lucky with that one. We're good friends with Jose, so he's constantly giving us
Oh,
love. And
Jose's a dude,
yeah,
man.
yeah, yeah.
He's like he's a vibe. It's for the kids listening, it's on Sirius XM satellite radio. Was that channel 37?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. There's a nice little plug. I go over to 40. 40 is where the hard stuff is. Anyway, I'm
Oh,
not hating. I'm not hating. It's just, sometimes you want to hear some blast beats. So, speaking of blast beats, we've got a new album out. Yes. How
yes,
long's
we do.
how long's that bad boy been out living?
We dropped it in December. I believe it was I can't even remember the exact date. I think it was December 5th we dropped it, so it's pretty fresh, yeah.
Yep, that's the internet says December 5th. So it's still, I mean, hell, it's in its infancy stage. What's the feedback been?
It's been great. So we released a lot of the singles. We're doing that whole rollout, like slow rollout, dropping singles and then building up to an album. So half the record was out already, previously, and we just been
Right.
leading up to it. And now we finally packaged it together into something physical, dropped it right at our end of the year tour that we do in Texas. We always do an end of year December run. And we're like, that's the perfect time. Let's put it out and get some physical copies out in the world. So all the collectors that still buy CDs and
Oh,
records and like, yeah, we're still printing CDs. I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, we get hounded for them all the time, and I'm just like, all right, we're making CDs. Let's fucking do it. There
kids,
you go.
these are look, okay.
The
God, I can't
relics.
believe I grabbed this. All right, let's just take a quick peek. What did I grab? Because this is my definitely Texas um pile, because I have to take all of these and then transfer them because they're not on the internet.
Is that a thumbscrew CD?
Oh, dude, no, I have I'll show you some. See, Thumbscrew. I see you, man. I see you. For those that don't know, Thumbscrew was fucking wild. I actually got to see them play their very last show at the Acadia Bar in Houston, and It was their last show, and it was the bar's last show. It was like Mammoth Fest 3 or something.
Man.
I found all kinds of cool bands. Fake Sauce Mustache.
But
Oh my god, The God Awful Truth. They're from Denton. It's like mathcore stuff.
okay.
Anywho, but Thumbscrew fucking killed it.
Yeah.
And I got to give Daniel a ride over there. So I felt good.
Yeah.
So this is let's see, what CD is this? An Army at Dawn. Oh my God, Ruben, this is one of the first CDs I was ever get. This is like 11 years old.
Holy
This is one of the first ones that I've ever been given. And I remember me and my buddy Crow, who started this with me, we were just like, hey, we're running a podcast. And they were like, holy shit, here's our demo. And I mean, they got the Sharpie marker on there.
yes, that's
I
how
mean,
you do it.
yeah, it's that's the track list. Whew, let's see what else we got. We got Killing and Apathy. Our man Anthony Stevenson from Come and Take It Live and Come and Take It Productions used to be the drummer in this band.
Get out of here.
Actually, this one is still in the plastic, unopened. It's a band called ID, and this is Philosophia. These guys, I actually just played them on the Texas Takeover, I think on the second episode. And I made the comment, or I realized to myself that I was not into a band like that when I should have been into it. You know, just totally just missed the opportunity to really go see some cool music. And then last but not least, we've got Isonomist. I don't know if we can get that in the picture. Oh my God, that looks great.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah, they are also kind of mathcore. And so I'm told, God, if I'm breaking news right now, Chuck, I'm sorry, they're coming back. They took a little hiatus. There was some dark times. Some shit went down, but we're back. I hope they're back, and there's gonna be some fucking angry music.
Hell yeah.
So I'm ready to play it. I'm ready to play it on the Texas Takeover, which is on 93.7 HD2. Most cars these days have an HD option. You just have to like turn it on, and you just go to 93.7 and just wait for it to kick on HD, and then you click over, and it's no control radio, ad free, commercial free, just nothing but music.
That's better.
Sundays at 8:00, you can find me there curating a playlist with guys like this. Speaking of, yeah, we're gonna play Daywalker. We're gonna drop kick everybody in their face with that one next week. So why that one? Why that one? From why are we gonna put that one on the air?
To me, I feel like it's the culmination of what the album is. It's just everything that we do great, and it's all in one song, and I love that song. And the cool thing about this song is actually going to be on a movie called Devour. It's a horror movie that's coming out by Scott Hansen. Yeah, and it's going to be featured in there. It's actually, he told me that it's actually going to be hitting theaters, which is awesome. He's an independent filmmaker. He made an amazing horror movie, and he sold it. So now it's going to be in theaters. I was like, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I think there's like, I forgot how many werewolf kill scenes. It's like, it's crazy. He got like, it's all practical too. A lot of it's practical. It's like, it's really sick what they do. And we've been friends with them forever. It's a lot of our music videos. So that's how we know Scott.
That's wow, dude. I'm gonna have to. My wife is a horror fan through and through. So like the bloodier the better. But she really loves the like B-rated flicks.
Yes. Yep.
Where it was shot on a shoestring budget with, you know, way too many Starbucks trips.
They got the premise. The premise is a band of vampires travel the country and feed on fans. And then they run into like this crazy guy in this town who like has a bunch of monsters with them, and it's just a crazy story. So yeah,
so they start beefing with the locals.
Yeah. Which is like there's all sorts of crazy creatures that come out, and it's really sick, really cool.
That's actually that's such a good premise. That's such a good a band. So they can only travel at night, and then when the set's over, you know, they can do a little partying. You know?
And they're all girl band.
Oh, and it's an all-girl band. So we got all-girl vampires rolling around as a band, just murking people in the streets, or not in the street. I don't know where. You know, wow, that's okay. And it's called Devour.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we know when it's going to come out?
They're already hitting a bunch of festivals, so
Okay.
I know they're having like some screenings and stuff, but I don't know when. I don't know when the theatrical release is going to be, but I know it's coming out. It should be this year. Yeah, I believe it's this year in the fall.
Well, man, keep me posted. I would love to go see that. Just be in the theater. Just be like, you guys know that band? I know that band.
So the way we wrote the song actually is because Scott wanted to use one of our tracks on the movie, and we were like, the track he wanted to use was like it's owned by the label, and we're like, it might get a little weird, like we would have to negotiate and stuff, but we're like, we're independent now. We'll just write a song for the movie. That's what we did.
Oh,
So this song is actually for the movie. It's literally, so when you hear it, you'll hear kind of the horror theme and the lyrics and everything. So it's very very thematic.
that's man, that's cool. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. That's not everybody gets their shit in the movies.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's really cool, man. And Scott's an amazing, like I said, he's an amazing director. He came back actually after he started after the movie was released, or not released but made. He came back and shot a music video for us using the werewolf that's in the movie. So that should be out soon. I
Oh,
mean, we're waiting on the final cut, and it should be dropping soon. We're gonna drop a music video, and
dude.
it's gonna have some of the werewolf in there, and it's gonna be sick.
That's gonna be yeah, just to tie it all together. I mean, that'll be really great because I mean, you said one hand feeds the other. It's like you can go see the movie and here's the music video and man, that's cool. Man, that's really cool.
Yeah, really cool.
I just want to go watch one of the just shittiest horror movies that my wife has in her hundreds of I mean, she's a, she's an old schooler, so she's got all the DVDs and all the box sets and obviously Freddy and Friday 13th and she's in that world, but I mean, yeah, she'll be excited to go see that. So, cool. Well, speaking of other things exciting to go see, when are you guys hitting the road and where are you going?
We are hitting the road in the summer, and actually tomorrow. When is this episode going to be dropped, released?
What? Hold on. What's today?
Today is the
I'll
25th.
cut all this trash out. It's like and pause.
Cut.
Yeah, cut. Let's see. Today's the 25th. Fast forward.
I could say this. It's not going to be out tomorrow, so we're
No, no, no.
we're getting announced for Warp Tour tomorrow. So
Oh, nice,
so we're going
nice.
to be doing
So
all.
by the time you hear this,
Yes,
it is already announced.
yes,
And
it will be.
if it's news to you, then congratulations. You've just learned.
Yes, it is. So we're going to be on all the Warp Tour dates this year here in the United States, and then we're playing Rock Fest, which is a
What?
huge festival in Wisconsin. Yeah, with Gojira, and it's gonna be sick.
Oof.
Yeah.
Nice. Mostly, I know, when you say Gojira, that you think of the Olympics, right? When they opened up in France was fucking
What
unreal.
a moment. My grandma was watching and she's just like,
Yeah, right? I mean, you just don't
Yeah.
you just don't introduce the world to something like that. Just I j I was curious, like, how did that happen? Like, where somebody's like, "I got an idea. Let's just let Gojira open up."
Yeah. And it's cool because my grandmother, she's from there. So she was like, she was
No shit.
she knew like the story. She's like, that's Marie Antoinette. And she's like telling us the history behind like the story. And she's like, oh shit. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I think that's really neat because yeah, like the Antoinette aspect of it, where people are like, "Why is she holding her head?" It's like maybe you should, no, look it up,
You
look it
should
up. But
maybe know that one. That's a good one.
that is a good one. And Gojira is also a good band to go check them out. Obviously they've been doing things for a while. So let me ask you this question. We'll kind of wrap up here. How much more gas you guys got in the tank? Because I'm 42, and like I said, I'm a pool service trainer. Like I teach kids how not to fuck up hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. And I'm out there in the heat, sweating, doing what they do, and people are like, "Man, you're 42?" Like, look, I may not look 42, but man, there's days where I feel 42.
Yeah, yeah.
So what's like the lifespan? Are we looking like, Aussie status? Like we're going until we drop, or we're just gonna hang it up after 25.
That's the goal. No, just to go
All
until the
right.
wheels fall off and just keep going, keep writing music. I think now that we're independent, we've got like a whole new breath of fresh air where we're just writing what we want and we're able to do whatever we want. So it's awesome. So we're going for it. We're gonna keep going as long as we can.
Cool, man. Well, I look forward to catching you guys whenever you are around. You did mention something about you guys do a end of year kind of Texas run. Did I catch that right?
Yes, we do.
Do you just do I like, oh, that's right. That was That was the show I was thinking of. I think it was, like, December 19th
Mhm.
in last year. I
Yeah,
think
we
that
did we
was
actually did Austin. We always skip Austin because San Antonio is so close, and we end up playing we always play home, but, last year, Anthony was like, come and play Austin too," and the show was killer, so I think every year we'll probably end up adding it to the shows. Yeah, but
That's right.
mhm.
That's right, because I threw my annual showcase I actually brought Darkness Divided back, and then you
Heck
got
yeah.
yeah, I got to kinda relive my little 2015 memory of, whenever they were, out touring, just crushing it before they kinda took a little break, so, yeah, that's right, yeah, you played Austin. God, man, I really should do more homework, right? Like, that
Come and see a show, man, it'll be a good time.
Oh, dude, I am 1000% whenever you guys are ready to come back. I mean, if you wanna work it out, if you guys are bored, like I said, I throw my show first Saturday of every December at the end of the year. It's just to promote nothing but locals, like people that I think really stood out this year. That's kind of what it's morphed into. I mean, I can see all the stuff hanging behind you, and I got all of my show flyers over here, and it's just really cool to just sit here and look at some of these. I mean, some of these bands don't even exist anymore. But yeah, um, that's why we do what we do. We keep the music going. We keep it flowing. Um, any final shout outs? Any thank yous? Anybody you want to, start a diss track with?
No, I just wanna say, if you haven't checked out our new album, go check it out. It'll mean the world to us. We're doing this all independently now, so every bit of help goes a long way, so definitely go check it out, and I think you'll be surprised. Actually, I do have one thing to say, we're in the process of releasing the deluxe version, so we're gonna add 2 new tracks, and we're getting it, remixed and remastered, and we're gonna be dropping that here, hopefully in the next, like, I don't know, 2 months, like, it should be out, so we'll be announcing that soon.
Okay, so it's gonna be Blood of the Bull like
But
2.0.
yeah, yeah, basically, yeah, we're adding
All
2
right,
new tracks, and we're getting it all remixed and mastered. The thing is those songs span from so long ago, when we put them together, we noticed that, they kinda were all over the place. We're having our producer go back and redo everything, and he's gonna make it sound really good, really nice.
tighten it up.
Yeah, yeah, tighten
Tighten it
it
up.
up.
Well, I appreciate the 11 songs. I know that these days where people are like, "Oh, we're releasing an album and it's 5 songs." Okay, first, I am no one to speak. I don't make music, I don't write music, I just fucking listen to it. But, the days of 9, 10, 11, 12 track albums, like, where do you guys fall? Like, is that more comfortable for you guys? Or, I don't know, why 11 songs? Is that just what you had, like, just hanging in the background? You're like, "Let's throw them all together."
No, it just feels right for an album. I think if you're putting out an album, you wanna take the listener on a journey, and I think, to get them there, you have to have the ebbs and flows, and 11 tracks was yeah, kinda where it landed, but, now we're gonna have 2 more that fit in there, so I'm like, "Alright, let's go for it. Let's keep dropping music," and I think the next thing is, we're just gonna keep dropping singles and work up to the next release, the next physical release.
Yep, it's always, it's singles, music video, sing another single, album, and then you tour on that for the year, and then while you're doing all that, you're writing new stuff, just talking into your phone like, "Ba da 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 ba 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 ba." Alright, I'll save that one later, yeah.
Exactly. I got a bunch of those notes.
Oh, man, the voice memo is your friend. So, one last question before we get out of here, and before I start doing shameless plugs for the radio show. When you said, I love the fact that you said you want to take the listener on a journey. I have a few albums myself that can go start, from one to the end. Specific one of those is After the Burial, just because I love ones and zeros. And what is one album that you can play front to back from a different band?
Ooh, the new Silosis is really sick.
Brother in Christ!
Yeah, yeah.
Man! Alright, hey, Crowman, thank you for introducing me to Silosis. Dude, such an underrated band in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
really cool.
mean, the
Really
fucking wizardry that those dudes pull off. Man, man. Alright, I'm gonna quit having
Shout out to Life Cycles too for touring with them
Oh
in
my
San
God, yeah.
Antonio.
There was that thing in my head where like it couldn't complete the sentence, and I was like, "There's something else about Silosis that really connects all of this." And then you said it, yeah, Life Cycle. I have to get them on and see what tour is like because I remember catching so like was it? It's something Silosis did on Instagram, and they were like talking in their accents. They were like the things, Life Cycles, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know Life Cycles was touring with them. So I don't know. I need to get out from whatever fucking rock I'm under right now. Kind of try to see what's fresh and see what's happening out there. So anyway, thank you, Ruben, so much. You've been great. I've had a good time. Like we spoke about before, just hang out for a second, let everything finish doing what it does. For everyone else, thank you for tuning in. This is the ATX Metal Podcast. If you missed it, we are now running an hour-long show on 93.7 HD2 No Control Radio Sundays at 8 o'clock, where I get to curate a local playlist. I mean, but I get to go back as far as the thrash metal days of the 80s to literally songs that Ruben and the gang are stirring up. So from all the way back then to all the way now, we got a lot of stuff to cover. So I'm actually trying to figure out how to like do it. So the episode that's going to drop this coming week, actually by the time you hear this, it will already have happened, but it's going to be nothing but like San Antonio, San Marcos, that area.
Yes,
I can definitely find 15 bands from that area to play some music.
100%.
And then I think I'm going to hop around. I'm going to do like a Houston episode, Houston, Corpus Christi. I'll do like a DFW, and then I'll just do like a East Texas, and just everyone out. God, man, it's so desolate out there. I don't know how they do it. That's
It is. It's like El Paso and then
whoo,
Amarillo.
brother. Yeah, that is a different type of Texas, and maybe that's why the music has a little bit more anger in there.
A little bit more grindy. It's a little more grindy.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh man, makes me remind me of a band called Known Suffer and Steel Lake, and I'm gonna give them guys a call.
Hey, we just stayed with Still Lake. Great guys.
Dude, yeah, they came down for I think a battle, and I want to say they made it to the next round. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I just remember that their songs and their sound was really good. So shout out Still Lake.
Yes, yes.
But all right, bud. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Ryan. This is Ruben. This is the ATXML podcast. See you later.